Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'll be discussing how Uber Eats has innovated over time and how leadership and innovation theories help us understand their growth. To truly understand the meteoric rise of Uber Eats, we need a framework that goes beyond a simple success story. Tid and Besant's innovation model provides exactly that. It reveals the structured, deliberate process behind what might seem like overnight success. This model outlines 4 core processes: search, select, implement, and capture. By examining each stage, we can trace the platform's strategic evolution from a simple idea into a global powerhouse, revealing a repeatable blueprint for innovation. The journey began with the search phase. This is where a company actively scans the environment for opportunities. Uber identified a key market gap, a growing consumer appetite for convenient food delivery from a wide variety of local restaurants. At the time, many of these establishments, especially smaller ones, lacked the resources or infrastructure to offer delivery services themselves, creating a clear and unmet need. Next, in the select phase, Uber had to decide which opportunity to pursue and how. Instead of a massive high-risk launch, they chose a lean, strategic approach. They decided to leverage their most powerful existing asset, their vast ride-hailing network of drivers and technology. This allowed them to test the meal delivery concept with minimal initial investment in a small, controlled pilot program in Santa Monica. Then came the implement phase. With the pilot concept validated by positive results, Uber committed to scaling the project. This meant moving from a simple test to building a robust, dedicated platform. They invested heavily in technology, developing a standalone app with a user-friendly interface. Crucially, they integrated machine learning for sophisticated routing algorithms and accurate delivery time predictions, which were essential for creating a reliable service. Finally, the capture phase, where the innovation generates value. Initially, value was captured through straightforward delivery fees charged to customers and commission fees from partner restaurants. But as the platform matured and its user base grew, Uber unlocked new revenue streams. They introduced in-app advertising, allowing restaurants to promote their listings, and launch subscription models like Uber One, creating a more stable, recurring income. This constant cycle of searching, selecting, implementing and capturing built what Stanford economist David Teese calls dynamic capabilities. These are not just about having resources, but about the firm's repeatable ability to sense market signals, seize emerging opportunities, and reconfigure its assets and operations to stay ahead of the competition. It's the engine that drives sustained growth. Leadership, of course, was a primary force shaping this trajectory. Under co-founder Travis Kalanick, Uber's culture was defined by a relentless drive for aggressive growth and market disruption. This growth at all costs mantra perfectly embodied a transactional and entrepreneurial leadership style. The focus was squarely on tangible outcomes: rapid market entry, dominating competitors, and achieving staggering scale. This approach prioritized immediate results over building sustainable relationships both internally and externally. While undeniably effective for hyperscaling a global business from the ground up, this strategy ultimately proved to be a double-edged sword. It fostered significant internal cultural challenges and ignited a series of damaging public controversies, creating an unavoidable and urgent need for fundamental change. The arrival of Dara Khosrow-Shahi and Pierre-Dimitri Gore-Coty after 2017 marked a pivotal shift. They introduced a more transformational leadership approach, as defined by Bernard Bass in 1985. This model moves beyond simple transactions and instead focuses on inspiring and motivating the entire organization. Their focus shifted to articulating a shared vision of positive change, one that all employees could rally behind. This meant fostering genuine good faith collaboration with restaurants and city regulators, turning previous adversaries into partners. The goal was to embed a more ethical and sustainable culture deep within the company's DNA, moving from a mindset of winning at any cost to one of winning the right way. This fundamental shift from growth at all costs to responsible innovation was crucial for survival and future success. It was a conscious effort to rebuild the trust that had been eroded with key stakeholders, from drivers and customers to investors and city officials. By doing so, they began to establish the long-term legitimacy and social license to operate, which was absolutely essential to secure the company's future in a rapidly evolving global landscape. The COVID-19 pandemic presented a complex and unprecedented set of key challenges. As government-mandated lockdowns shuttered dine-in operations across the globe, the once bustling arteries of our cities fell silent. Urban mobility collapsed almost overnight. For the parent company, this created a perfect storm. Its core ride-sharing business, which relied on people moving around, saw its revenue plunge dramatically. In this precarious environment, the sudden explosive surge in demand for Uber Eats wasn't just a silver lining. It became an absolutely vital revenue stream, a lifeline essential for the company's very survival. This new reality, defined by widespread anxiety and health concerns, demanded an immediate and visible focus on safety. Uber Eats rapidly developed and rolled out contactless delivery, a feature that not only addressed the urgent needs of the moment, but quickly became an enduring industry standard. This wasn't just a single feature, but a suite of protocols, including clear options for doorstep drop-offs, dedicated in-app notes for specific instructions, and extensive hygiene guidance for all parties. These measures were crucial to lower both the perceived and actual risk, building a fragile but necessary trust between customers, couriers, and restaurant partners. However, this period of hyper-growth also cast a harsh spotlight on the platform's existing ethical complexities, particularly the long-simmering issue of labor precarity. The gig economy model, which classifies couriers as independent contractors, faced intense scrutiny over its lack of traditional worker protections. This global debate was brought to a dramatic head by the landmark 2021 UK Supreme Court ruling, which fundamentally challenged the classification of drivers and couriers, forcing a legal and public reckoning with the rights of gig workers. Another significant point of friction was the high commission fees charged to restaurants. With rates reaching as high as 30% per order, many small independent eateries found themselves in a difficult bind. They were critically dependent on the platform for customers, yet the fees were squeezing their already razor-thin profit margins, creating a tense and often adversarial relationship. To support restaurant partners during the crisis, Uber Eats temporarily reduced commissions for many small independent restaurants and promoted local pickup to lower costs. They also added in-app donation features and relief funds so customers could contribute directly to restaurants and staff. These actions aimed to retain and attract partners while stabilizing neighborhood eateries. And we can't ignore the growing environmental toll. The convenience of delivery generated mountains of single-use packaging, from plastic containers to bags and utensils. This, combined with the emissions from an ever-expanding fleet of delivery vehicles, became a significant and highly visible public concern, raising questions about the long-term sustainability of the model. Taken together, these issues, labor rights, partner fairness, and environmental impact, highlight the complex ethical dimension of platform innovation. They serve as a powerful and enduring reminder that true, sustainable disruption cannot be measured by growth and efficiency alone. It must carefully and consciously balance its economic ambitions with a broader, more profound sense of social and environmental responsibility. In summary, Uber Eats illustrates how leadership and innovation are interlinked. Transformational.
Leadership enabled a shift from disruptive chaos to sustainable strategy, while continuous innovation kept Uber competitive.
The key lesson is that successful innovation requires not just new technology, but adaptive leadership and responsible governance.
Thanks you for watching this video. This ends our group presentation. We will now open the floor for question and answer.